I don't care what offense you run in Madden 25, there's a route that you have to install into your offense to steal first downs whenever you need them, and that is the speed out that is custom stemmed up. Whether you're facing off man coverage, press man coverage, match coverage, or zone coverage, this route is one of the easiest bullet pass possession catch routes in the game to pick up first downs. You see a lot of pro players utilizing this out of the meta offenses. So let's go ahead and break down how this route works and how you guys can throw this against pretty much any coverage. Now, don't worry, I'm going to show you guys how to stop this as well. So make sure that you are subscribed right here to the Madden YouTube channel. Hit that notification bell. And if you don't mind, drop a comment below just to help this video perform in the algorithm, help it get pushed out to other players like you looking for tips and tutorial content. It's greatly appreciated. We're over 44,000 subscribers. Let's push up towards 50. So all you need for the speed out to work is a formation that considers your receiver an outside receiver. We'll start off with simple man-to-man coverage, a cover one style defense here. And you'll see that there is a difference in the types of out routes that you get depending on your formation. So hang tight. I'm going to show you that if we pull up the hot routes for the outside receiver on the left, you'll see that the left stick left is a speed out. This is very, very different than if I pull up the out route for the slot receiver on the left, in which you'll notice it says regular out route. So you want the speed version of this. So I'm going to put Luke McCaffrey on a speed out. Now we're not done because we want this route to pick up chunk yardage. So we're going to now custom stem. If you don't know how to custom stem by now, you should. So make sure, again, you're subscribed. We have a lot of content here for players of all backgrounds to help you get better at the game. But to custom stem, you're going to hit Y or triangle. You're going to choose the receiver icon. You're going to hold the left bumper or L1, and you're going to then hold the left analog stick up until the route goes to the depth that you want. If you want chunk yardage increments, you can actually use the D-pad as well. Up or down will give you 3 to 5 yard increments on your custom stem, but you're going to take this up to give or take 15 yards. You can even go up to like 20, 25, 30 if you want to as well, but you'll need throwing power. Now with this throw, it's very, very simple. You're really not going to pass lead this at all. You're just going to let the receiver run his route and throw a bullet pass and then hold the possession catch button, which is A or X. And you see right there that we didn't get the greatest animation in the world. Now the pass for this is very, very simple. All we're going to do is throw a regular bullet pass. We're not going to steer this left or right or down, just a bullet pass right as the receiver gets to the top of his pattern. And then we're going to hold the possession catch button so that way he catches it on the sideline and gets his feet down in bounds. So you see right here, this was a cover one style defense off man-to-man coverage. We have Luke McCaffrey. You're just gonna basically throw this ball as the receiver gets up towards the top of his route. So I'm gonna turn this camera around and you see right here that I'm beginning my throw right as he gets to the top of his route. The ball is out and we're throwing it so it lands on the sideline. Now, Vince Young does have kind of a wobble ball. If you have receivers or quarterbacks rather that have the tight spiral trait, this will actually help a fair amount, believe it or not. Not a lot of players utilize or focus on that trait, but it will improve the effectiveness of this. That said, Vince Young is still the fastest quarterback in the game in Ultimate Team, so I'm still going to use it. Now, you can also throw this to the wide side of the field if you want to as well. Again, just throw power. You need to make sure that you have it. Just wait for the receiver to get to the top of the route, throw the bullet pass, and hold A for the possession catch, X if you're on PlayStation, and you're picking up a first down. Now, this is also really, really good against match coverage as well, because match coverage essentially turns the DB into man-to-man on the outside. So if I were to call like a cover 3 or a cover 4 match style defense, you'll be able to throw these all the same. You're going to see here, you just throw the bullet pass and it's going to go on the sideline. Going to be able to stop the clock. This is a great route if your opponent's playing like a cover 3 or a cover 4, regardless of match or spot drop zone, because you're going to be able to get out of bounds to either sideline. It's just such a useful route. The only thing you have to really avoid is throwing the ball late where the guy can, you know, kind of convert into the man-to-man on the break. You want to throw it right at the top of the route. And if you do, you're going to be able to prevent them from breaking on it. So kind of throw it right there. And you see that it just gets them on their back foot where they're not going to be able to make a play on that. So we've talked about man-to-man, we've talked about match. Of course, you have zone as well. And I just kind of told you, zone doesn't do a good job at stopping it. So let's go ahead and call just a cover 4 or a cover 3. Doesn't really matter which here. The concept is the same. You're just going to custom stem up your speed out and throw it before it starts the break. You just basically throw it right there. So that way he can kind of run to the football. You're throwing it to grass. He's going to meet it there. The DB doesn't really know it's an out route because you're throwing it before the guy breaks to the out route. So he's basically guarding it like it's a streak. One thing you can do to improve your effectiveness of this concept is to give yourself a slot receiver on a streak. This will help pull the outside deep zone a little bit better to allow you to throw this ball. Just has their attention so that way they don't just sit on the out route. They kind of look inside of the slot, and that'll help you get open. So if this beats man, it beats match, it beats zone on the sidelines, what do we do to combat this? Well, I've got a solve for you. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. The best way to stop a out route like this is a cloud flat, but there is a downside to running a cloud flat. While this does a good job against the out route, you can still oftentimes throw the ball up. So you saw in that last example how sometimes the cloud flat can still give that up. I actually have a better adjustment for you, because the other thing that the cloud flat's going to do is sometimes give up what is called the hole shot, which is that outside throw into the cover 2 window. Or a lot of times too, you could just go ahead and use a fade or a streak on the outside to pull him up the field. And then you're going to be able to throw this little route out in the flat all day long. And this is just super obnoxious to have to deal with, because you're basically in a spot where you're just kind of screwed. I'm going to show you guys the adjustment that I think is one of the best. And that is actually going to be the soft squat. So the soft squat is something that is found in cover 2 base plays. But if you bring up your defensive hot routes for your outside corners, what you'll notice is that the left stick to the right gives you the ability to put your outside corners in soft squats. What a soft squat is essentially a matching style cloud flat, where if a route goes vertical, it converts into man-to-man. Now, there are some principles for the soft squat where you can get them to kind of bite down, but a lot of players will throw these isolated out routes, and the soft squat does a really good job of, unlike a cover 3 or a cover 4 match, it will actually kind of play man-to-man and hug the route better. So you see right there, I can't really just throw that open on the sideline. You see that it actually gets an interception in a way that, you know, a match outside quarter really wouldn't. Now, the downside to the soft squat is that if your opponent really knows what they're doing, they can put a slot receiver in the flat underneath of their deep out route that they're putting on the field. And you're going to notice here on the left that that could pull down that player. So watch the outside corner. He's going to kind of trap off of that. And then you see right there that it does leave that sideline throw. But even though you can kind of pull the soft squat down, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be out of the play. Take a look here at this example where I utilize the slot receiver on the flat to pull the soft squat down. So you see he doesn't match the out route anymore, and he kind of squats. A lot of players will be baited into throwing this out route, but he's actually in a spot where he's perfectly in between both of the routes, and he can pick it off similar to the way a cloud flat would. So you're basically in a spot where if they run a flat route, okay, it turns the guy into a cloud flat. But if they don't run a flat route, he's going to be able to pick it off pretty easily. And that's genuinely the case with most of these guys that run this. Most often when you face this online, you're going to see players go to more of like a trips type formation, a trips tight end. And what they oftentimes will do is they'll put the outside receiver on a custom stem out route all the way up to, 15 or 20 yards. And then from there, they'll have a streak. And then from there, it's, kind of the standard bunch tight end meta with slants and posts to the tight end and table routes to the running back. So you can actually just kind of get away with putting your guy on a soft squat, and you're going to be pretty happy with the results. So again, if you just put a soft squat on the field, it's going to do a pretty good job of staying on the route and undercutting it in a manner that's going to kind of bait them into thinking it's man-to-man, but it's really this soft squat that's going to sit underneath the outcut and pick it off. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video breaking down this route. It's something you should be running because most players don't run soft squats, but there is a reliable counter that can slow this down in a big way. And even if your opponent knows how to manipulate soft squats, it still serves a really good purpose in stopping the out route altogether because the player will stay in between the two patterns. So I'm going to get up out of here. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend. Subscribe to the channel. Check out gridirongameplans.gg for more, and I'll see you guys on Monday. Until then, this is Zan. Get the lab in. Good luck.